Hey guys, Riven of Ash here. Welcome to the Fire Witch Invasions episode 2. So, while I was waiting for invasions, this guy invaded me, and the weird thing was that this guy was not using a weapon. But he's using a parry shield, so... and he only tries to hit me with his fists, but I think that his idea was to parry me and then riposte me with whatever weapon he had. But this was a bit weird, so I was a bit unsure about how to approach the situation. I didn't want to go all out on him. So I'm using the Great Farron Dart, which I normally didn't use. This is the wrong weapon. I didn't want to equip the Scholar's Candlestick. I wanted the dagger. And now I start spamming the dagger, and of course he tries to parry me. So I think that was his idea. Get a parry and then pull whatever weapon he had hidden and hit me and riposte me with it. So I keep doing my thing, and he has healed twice, I think, but he's still not using a weapon. Now he takes out the Black Knight sword. And against this weapon, your biggest concern is about his use of Perseverance. And here I roll too early, and I get roll caught. And now I want to heal, and he knows that I want to heal, but I don't want to heal in his face, of course. So I stagger my R1s, and now we both want to heal. So I go back and we both heal, and that serves me, of course, because I have much more Estus Flask than he has. Now I go for the mix-up. I go for the Old Moonlight and then go for 2 R1s. I try to punish his healing, but the Old Moonlight didn't roll catch him. Now he goes for the Perseverance weapon art, which was good that he didn't use it all along, and then he catches me by surprise. But now I know that he wants that Perseverance weapon art, and I have to play more passively. So I know that I only get one free R1, and then he's going to use Perseverance. And Perseverance also has a bit of damage mitigation, so I only hit him once, and now I hit him when the Perseverance buff runs out, which is fairly quick on the Greatsword. By this time he's taken a lot of damage, and I don't think he has a lot of Estus left, if any. And I do think that the Black Knight sword is an amazing invasion weapon. It's not that good against more experienced players, because people know what's coming. And I get to finish the fight here. This was an interesting fight, a different one, I think. So this invasion was, for me, really interesting, because a lot of the times it's not the host that's the problem, it's the phantoms, and especially if any of the phantoms are good at PvP. And I really liked how this white phantom hypocrite fought in this invasion. He gave me a hard time, and all through this invasion there was quite a significant amount of lag between me and the white phantom. And that's also important to acknowledge, because lag is a part of this game, and you have to also account for that in invasions. Nowadays that the population of the game is a little bit smaller, you get more laggy invasions. One of the things that I think that white phantoms should do when protecting the host is always stay on top of the invader. Even if there is PvE, your priority should always be the invader. In this case, because I have a sorcery build, one of them should always be on top of me, and the other one can deal with the PvE. A lot of times what I see is that they all focus on the PvE, and I can cast whatever I want against them. Now I stopped seeing the White Phantom, so I know that he would probably come for me, and he did. That's one of my greatest concerns in invasions. I always have to see the whole of the party in front of me, or else probably I'll get backstabbed or damaged. This guy, he knows how to play PvP, and he has a parry shield out, he has a Wellin and a straight sword, which is a very powerful combo. So I'm staggering my R1s, I'm just doing one R1s, I don't want to be set up parry. And a lot of times he's searching for backstabs. I also have my rapier out in case he decides to spam attacks, or I can get in a favorable position to get a parry. Now a blue gets summoned, and I think the host got rid of the Herald Knight. And on the other hand, the host is not a very good PvPer at all. And now I see that the host also has Chaos Bad Vestiges, which doesn't make a lot of sense from a stat allocation perspective with the Black Knight's sword. And now I see that the blue also has Chaos Bad Vestiges, and I was surprised by it, and then I was hit by one of them. And Hypocrite comes straight for me. He doesn't want me to damage the party while they are fighting the Herald Knight, so he did that part very well. And now when he chugs, I know that he's probably baiting me also to get the parry, so I go for the backstab, and now I attempt the parry, but probably because of lag I failed both of them. This also happened to him later on the invasion. He got some opportunities to parry me and whiffed it, probably because of lag. And here I thought that I had my timing right for the parry, but I got a little pissed off and I tried to go for it again. And this was not a very favorable position for the parry, because if I whiffed it, I would probably be dead. So at this point I'm getting a bit low on Estus. I don't have any Estus, and now I see that the blue is also a healer, so I have no Estus against 3 guys with full health. So I turn to the only resource that I have at this time, which is to strike from afar with sorcery. And this guy was also a sorcerer. He was kind of a quality spellcasting build, because he could do Chaos Bad Vestiges, he could do the Soul Drags, he could do the healing. So here I try to go for the parry. He also tries it, and now I get 1R1, and I try to restart parry, and we are just parrying in each other's faces. But I really don't have a lot of alternatives right here, because I don't have any Estus, and so I really needed the parry there. Probably he's also running a bit low, because he was also a bit desperate. Now the giant gets aggroed and gets in on the fight, and the blue is doing the right thing. He is far away, and here I am trying to redirect the targeting of the sorcery to the white, but I fail. So I'm playing in a very conservative manner now, because I don't have a lot of resources. Especially healing, of course. But now the host strays from the party, and I know that the white will be behind him. The white was really doing an excellent job. And here, this was beautiful. I can do a lot of damage with the help from the giant. And I know that the white is right around the corner, but I go for a little bit more damage. I'm just trying to deplete the Estus from the host. And this was my lucky break in the invasion. Panda Cashew, the blue got one-shotted by the giant, he had very little HP. So that was a lucky break for me because I got 2 Estus now. And the white just goes for the backstab. He knew that even when I was fighting the host, I knew that he was there. He went straight for the backstab, and probably if this fight was lag free, he would probably have gotten it. So really good play. And now I see that the giant is getting hammered by the white, so I try to put the great heavy soul arrow through the giant, and I get some more damage in Hypocrite. And I really feel that if I can kill this guy, the host will be dead in 2 minutes. So I really need to take care of this guy first. Also at this time I noticed that the host has disappeared. I don't know off to where, but I want to focus on this guy right now. And this guy had a lot of opportunities to heal and didn't, so he's probably running very low on Estus. And as he went for the Divine Blessing, the bug got him, and that was really unfortunate for him. And now this was a really weird exchange because nobody got damaged here. I didn't get damage, he didn't get damaged. So I guess lag, this was like a situation of lag moving in mysterious ways. And now I notice that the host is trying to summon another phantom as I fight the Hypocrite here. And this guy really wants a critical. He wants either a backstab or a parry. And he's trying to run around me and get the backstab. And now I'm also trying to get a backstab on him, so we are both running around each other. So I switched to a faster weapon because the Aquamarine Dagger can do amazing damage. And because this has been a laggy fight, I think that he won't be able to parry me. If he tries to parry me and he whiffs, he's dead. And here I forgot that you cannot restore stamina while the weapon art is on. But then I do a back roll and 2 R2 weapon arts to get the finish. And this guy played really well, I think. But at this time the host has summoned another phantom, and this time it's a pyro. I'm not too worried about the pyro because against hosts and their parties, pyros are better to fight against than sorcery, because sorceries move much faster. The Crystal Soul Spear moves very fast relatively to pyros. And pyros are really strong at short ranges, but not that much at long range, except for Chaos Bad Vestiges. And even so, it moves, I think, a little bit slower than the Crystal Soul Spears. So I'm always trying to get the white in the picture, because I want to know what he's doing, and if he's trying to flank me. So this guy doesn't do a lot of PvP, he's one-handing the Great Sword, and it's not really working for him. And here I get a Great Heavy Soul Arrow on him, and I'm ready to finish the fight. And I distract him from the bug, and the bug ends it. So this invasion was in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC area. And I fought these guys before. It was a party of 3. I managed to kill one of them, and then the other 2 stun locked me to death. So I think they are waiting for the third guy to come in. And now I noticed that they've opened the shortcut, and only hosts can open shortcuts. So I know that probably the host is wearing the obscuring ring. And the White Phantom is using the Split Leaf Great Sword, and the host is using the Farron Meme Sword. And I choose to fight on this chokehold, because we all know what the Farron users do. It's to press L1. So this whole fight revolves around me wanting the host to do an L1 on this log. So finally the Split Leaf guy comes in and he gets hammered. And now the host comes in, and I know what he wants to do. He wants to smash that L1 button. And he does, on top of a log with a huge fall beneath. So I'm keeping Dark Souls 3 an anime-free space. Shout out to Saint Riot. I'm doing my part. So this was an invasion, also in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC area. This was also a fight on top of the rooftops before Wilhelm. And I always can remember that pyro fight that I show you guys on the Dark Pyro episode. And this guy, I was trying to change up my rings, and this guy hits me with the Crystal Soul Spear. So it's all good. I left this fight in because it's against a sorcery user, and not a lot of fights are against lone mages, so I thought this fight was cool. And he's using the Crown of Dusk, so my magic damage gets enhanced. And the impressive thing here is the huge range of the Salver. The Immolation Tinder has huge range. You could see on this last exchange. So this invasion was in an area in which I don't invade much, which is the swamp area. And I really don't like invading here because the mobs are not very strong. The path through the level is not linear at all, and that sometimes is, and that usually is not good for invaders. You want the party to have a clean path, and in this area it's very easy to get flanked. So this guy decides to heal in front of me, and I get to one-shot him. Now as I'm facing this guy with the Frieda's Great Sight, the cutscene comes in. And this was like the most anticlimactic thing that could have happened right now. I was like looking at the black screen. I saved you guys the rest of the cutscene. So against the Frieda's Great Sight, the big concern about it's L1 move. And this guy really played it well. This is how you should play with the Frieda's Great Sight. It's when you're on the back foot, you break out the weapon art. And also Frieda's Great Sights in a dedicated build can do a very good amount of damage. And also the Frostbite can get you by surprise, so I was a bit reeling from that exchange. But I get to hit him with 2 R1s because of the amazing range of the Immolation Tinder. So I think this encounter just evened out a little bit. And this guy is a little bit laggy, and damn, that sight does a lot of damage when it hits you. So now he's using his shield, and I'm a bit unlucky because that shield has huge sorcery protection, so it's hard to me to damage him through that shield with spells. Like here, he blocked and he suffered almost no damage. And at this time the host comes in, so now it's a 2v1. And I'm able to get the host, but the Frieda's guy tries to go for the backstab. This was just beautiful. The old Moonlight does a big arc, and I managed to hit both of them. And the host is not very good at PvP. I'm not saying that the other guy is very good, but he knows a little bit about what he's doing. And he was trying to backstab me in the previous invasion. He backstabbed me once, so I think he was going for it again. But now he's dead. They were all poisoned for a long time, and that takes a toll on your Restus. So now I want to see how the host plays. And now I understand that his idea is to block my attacks and then attack with his straight sword. So I take out the rapier because I want to parry him. So I get one attack in, and I know that when he recovers he will attack me, and I get a partial parry, but it's enough to finish the fight. So for the last invasion of this video, we're back in the Ringed City's Stairs of Doom against the host Crazy Ollie, and this was a party of 4, and it was a cool invasion, I think. So I stopped for a while to change to Silver Cat Ring. Silver Cat Ring is really useful in this level, and I know probably they're trying to set me up, and the Sunbro was there, and this guy immediately goes for the backstab, and so I jump off. That's the good thing of having the Silver Cat Ring in here, is that I can choose when to leave combat very easily. But this guy was down here, and he's using a straight sword and the Llewellyn shield, and he's probably using a strength build, because the dark sword synergizes well with the strength build, and he also has a great club. And this guy was also a bit laggy, and I tried to parry him at this time, and I whiffed the parry, but I thought that the timing was correct. Maybe it was a little bit of lag. So this guy is clearly the most courageous one, and he's trying to go after me very aggressively. And now the Herald gets in the fight, and I managed to hit him with a great heavy soul arrow. And this guy, he knows some PvP. He's playing well, I think. Here I get damaged by the Herald Knights. I think I've died more to Herald Knights in these stairs than to actual players. And here I do something I don't see a lot of invaders doing. I mean, just run away. Don't heal in their face. Just run away for a while, heal, and then come up. A lot of people stay within punishment range when they're healing, and they could have just as easily run a little bit backwards and then heal. So I keep trying to punish this guy, and I get some good damage in. And now I get a red invader, which was nice. I usually like to have co-op invasions. I think they're really funny, because the interaction between the players and the way they play together, I think it's really interesting. And it's more interesting even than playing as a host with some white phantoms, because you can damage each other. And here I hit the red invader, and I mean, I know that in the last video I complained a little bit about the phantom hitting me, but that's also a reason why I use great heavy soul arrows and not crystal soul spears. Besides of the efficiency, is that, I mean, with Dark Souls 3 targeting system, I will sometimes unfortunately hit my red friend, if you can call him that. So this guy jumped out with me, and I'm able to hit him, roll catch him as he was falling down. And here I make a mistake. I get out of stamina, and he gets 2 R1s in me. And just look at the phantom range here. That was amazing. The Dark Sword's phantom range with lag, it's amazing. And this guy fought very well when he had low health, because he has like a third of his health, and still he attacks me. I wasn't expecting it, so he got some damage in me. But the red invader comes in and ends the fight. And now the host wants to come for me, and I fight him one-on-one. And he's using the Dragon Slayer's Great Axe, which is a scary weapon, and he's one-handing it with the cestus, so he probably wants to parry me. And now I want to punish him as much as I can, so I threw a great heavy soul arrow, and then I immediately attack to go for the roll catch, because I knew that he would roll after the Great Heavy Solero. And I go for another one here, but he dodges in time, so... But I got some good damage in him. And it's not that hard to outspace other weapons with Immolation Tinder because of its amazing length. And here I go for 2R1s, the Immolation Tinder weapon art, and I almost end up the fight with the Great Heavy Solero. That would have been an amazing combo. So now this guy was really wanting a parry, and I know that I tried to go for the backstab, because I know I'm taking a lot of risks, because if he parries me, the riposte will kill me. And so I circle around him for the backstab. I throw the Undead Hunter charm, and it works. And now he only has a sliver of health. So now it's just a matter of catching him. And halberds, and especially the Immolation Tinder, because it's so long, they are relatively good. I mean, they are not amazing at putting pressure in other players, but they are better than great swords, for example, so it works here. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll be posting other videos with other builds soon, and see you later.